when I started hearing, I mean, I don't know what year this was, but when niggas started telling me, man, I got a record out, I just started rapping like 2 months ago. Like, no, for real though, for real.
But it was happening.
I'm like, it ain't no other profession that you can go into. You can't make it to the league just starting to hoop 2 months. Yeah. You can't be a doctor, you can't be a policeman.
Right. You can't be an accountant.
There's
nothing you can mention where 2 months is enough.
2 months ain't enough time. And that's seriously some I heard artists that was, and that's what, for me, that's when I started realizing like, man, well, honestly, earlier than that, because when you start talking about it's losing its consciousness, that's why I wrote I Used to Love Her. It wasn't like I was like, which is about hip hop, is, you know, the progression of it. But anyway, it wasn't about, I liked NWA and I liked PE. Right, but it was just about like, nah, we can't make this all gangster, or we can't make this all one thing. It's like, we as the hip hop community, which really represent Black and Latino people really more, and then eventually the other nationalities, white, all of them part of it. It's all good now. But ultimately, we not one thing. Right. You know, we ain't just
not a monolith.
We're not monoliths. Right. So I think when it started becoming more leaning towards, you said it, the numbers and stuff, you know, and it's like that was what was glorified, because before it was like, yo, who got the dopest rhyme?
Who's the best?
Who got that, like, and
it was about the talent,
music,
creativity.
Right. Yeah.
So when we talk the numbers game, shout out to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He definitely put a lot of the business into his braggadocious kind of style. He was like, look, I'm doing these numbers. Right. You know, he said one of his rhymes was, truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense.
Yeah.
But I sold like 5 million and I ain't been rhyming like common sense. How did you feel when you heard that bar?
Dude, I was geeked, man. Cause I was geeked, because you know, like, it's just point blank. It's niggas that, some niggas that didn't listen to me just because Jay-Z even referenced me was like, wait, he said he want to rhyme like common sense. Let me even pay attention to that. So, and just, you know, when Jay said a lot of stuff, it mattered, man. It does matter. Yeah. So it was like, though he was, you know, playing on his words, and part of it was like, yo, I ain't rhyming like that no more. It still was saying, I really would like to rhyme like that if I was, you know, if I was, you know, could do what I'm supposed to do financially. Right. Which he ultimately does rhyme like to me, he an MC. Like he might have talked about numbers and talked about, but he's an MC. He can go, like MCs can go anywhere, you know this. Right. And you can rock wherever you at. Like you can go say a rap with no beat and it's gonna resonate with people. You're gonna say some lines. Jay-Z is one of the greatest MCs. Like so I think you know, when he said it, I was like, hell yeah. That's
so you didn't take it as a shot?
No, I didn't take it as a shot, man. I mean, a shot to me gotta be something directed towards my person. Like
Ice Cube.
Like Ice Cube.
Cube. Everybody want to see a rap fight and shit.
Yeah, you know, but you gotta be saying something to me that's like almost disrespecting my manhood in a way. Right. Or because if you say I'm whack, I'm like, nah.
So what was,
you know,
like everybody know I'm not.
Yeah,
so,
right. You know,
what's the point of that?
Yeah,
right.
What was the Drake line that got you to jump off the porch? And
the Drake line was more, it was more like subliminals, and I was more like, is this to me or is it not? Mm-hmm. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm about to find out if it's to me. You know? and I'm just gonna go at them and just see what it is, because I wasn't raised, before rap, I wasn't raised to be like, yo, you know, smack somebody and go run.
Throw stones and hide your ass.
Like, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna fight you. Like, I'm even if I think I'm gonna lose, I'm about to fight you. Mm-hmm. You know, just because if I'm at you, I'm at you, and I'm gonna let you know it's just coming to you. Right. So I was like, man, it's a lot of subliminal. I don't know what, you know, it's gotta, you know.
It sounds like you're talking.
Right. For those that don't know, what was the line? What was the stuff?
He had a line where he said he was one of Chi-Town's gods, or Chi-Town Nas.
Yeah.
And then on a Drake line, Stay Scheming, he said it's funny when the gods get to talking like they broads.
Come on, man. You giving, like, not many people knew that was the line. That's the
Yeah,
exact
no.
line that made me.
I saw it when it happened. I was just wondering what you was going to do with that.
But that, hold on. Stay Scheming wasn't that
Rick Ross.
after your response?
No, hell no.
It
No,
was
his
before.
response came after Stay
Yeah,
Scheming.
yeah. Cause I actually rhymed on. I put a verse on Stay Scheming remix.
On the
That
beat,
was my
yeah.
real response. People thought this one song I did called Sweet that No ID produced was like a Drake diss, but I was just like talking about niggas that was sweet on that joint. It wasn't like and
That was with the Canada Drive
No,
line?
Canada
No,
Drive
Canada
was the Stay
Drive
Scheming
came
ball.
on the
Scheming,
Stay
okay.
Scheming. I ain't go at Drake until it was when he said that on Stay Scheming. You know, I mean, in raps, sometimes I would write raps and be saying, oh, you soft with it. You might see somebody that you like, oh, this nigga soft.
So, right.
but you ain't like saying it to him. You just like use that example. Come on, we know like that's how some of the stuff, like when you heard cats throwing lines back and forth, that's just part of like the inspiration in rap, you know?
Right.
Like I talked about things where, you know, there's a lot of popular people I talked about in my raps that just was like a prototype. It wasn't like specifically about them.
Right.
So anyway.
But it can
Stay
be
Scheming.
confused easily.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to say, you know, Jay-Z, he made that line.
Yeah.
How did you feel when he made 444? Did you be like, you double back?
I
nigga?
think that was one of his best albums to me. I mean,
I agree.
like,
I agree.
and it's one of the, like, for me, like one of the albums that in the most recent times that I was like, man, this is a classic album. Like, the whole
Legacy.
No, that's and like No ID and him did it. Like No ID blessed them
Amazing
beats.
job.
Yeah.
And-
Shout out to
and-
No ID.
Shout
Shout out
out
to
to
All
No ID. And then Jay, man, like he showed that, to me, he showed that evolution. Like that's what I be looking for in rap too sometimes. Like, man, we grow up, man. We grown men now. We got new
we
perspectives.
get to this level. Can we talk about the
Yeah.
things that we doing now?
Now, yeah.
Stop talking about what we did when we was teenagers.
Right.
We can
Even
if
though
we
it
get
was
rid of
classic historical shit.
facts, but we can if we get rid of ageism.
Yeah.
If we get that out the paint, then
Yeah.
we allow the art form to grow. And we're the only ones who get pigeonholed like that, where they expect you to stay a kid
Yeah.
your entire career. And the second you start rapping about something that's not, Andre 3000 has told the entire world that he doesn't want to rap because he feels like kids can't relate to what he's saying. What I'm gonna rap about? Needing glasses, getting a colonoscopy. Meanwhile, yes, nigga, yes. We want to hear you. Yes, you. Whatever you come up with is gonna be Andre 3000 sprinkled. It's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
You just have to be the one to do it. Stop. Your age has nothing to do with your talent.
It's your how that'll come across.
Right. I
You
mean,
know.
for him, I think Lil Wayne responded to that, and he was like, I couldn't understand that because I got so much things to talk about now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's broader. But do you feel like there's a little space in your childhood where music means a lot more than in the rest of your life?
Man, that's a really good point.
Besides
Yeah.
immediate
Yeah.
family,
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.